Bridgerton is an American TV show created by Chris Van Dusen and produced by Shonda Rhimes. Based on the novels by Julia Quinn, it is set in the world of London high society during the English Regency. The series debuted on 25 December 2020 on Netflix. Since it is a product inspired by novels, we will analyze all the various differences between them. In the TV show, Daphne Bridgerton and the Duke of Hastings meet at a ball, more precisely when Daphne inadvertently collides with the Duke in an attempt to escape the unwanted attentions of Nigel. In the novel The Duke and I, Simon hides and eavesdrops on a garden meeting between the two. The Duke comes to rescue when Daphne pushes Nigel to curb his unwanted attentions. So, in both books and TV series, Simon rescues Daphne from the uncomfortable situation. Moreover, in the books, she is not in her debut in society, but in the second season where she participated in the events that are supposed to enable her to find a husband. She is rather nervous, whereas in the series she seems incredibly self-confident. In the TV series, we often see the Duke shirtless or wearing an open shirt, in particular while training in a ring. Unfortunately, in the books, the Duke hardly ever indulges in hand-to-hand combat. These aspects were introduced to give the character more appeal and attract more spectators. His stuttering is also not quite as scared as the TV series would have us believe. In the novel, the main communication problem between Daphne and the Duke stems from his running out of the room to not let Daphne hear him stutter. This is also one of the main reasons why he does not want children, since he fears they might be like him. Finally, when the Duke manages to trust his wife, they find happiness. In the TV series, Anthony Bridgerton is presented as an extremely protective brother who disregards his sister's wishes and only wants to find her a good match. In the books, his character is completely different, as he is a loyal ally of his sister in the fight against unwanted suitors. Moreover, in the books, Anthony is informed of the arrangement between Daphne and Simon, and he agrees to help them as long as the whole thing remains secret, and Simon does not approach Daphne. Also in the books, Anthony discovers them kissing and challenges the Duke to a duel. One of the surprises of the TV series is the appearance of King George III and Queen Charlotte. This last in particular plays a central role in the events. In 1813, when the first season of Bridgerton is set, the king was suffering from a serious illness, and an advanced level of dementia is shown on screen. There are many characters that the TV series introduced on screen that are not present at all in Julia Quinn's novels. Apart from the already mentioned sovereigns, not even the seamstress Madame Geneviève Delacroix, Benedict's love interest, appears in the novel. In the books, in fact, the boy's love interest is Sophie Beckett, a servant girl. Not even the opera singer and lover of Anthony, Senna Russo, is ever mentioned in the novels. Also, Prince Frederick is a new character. The actor plays a character who is historically accurate but whom Daphne is not lucky enough to meet or have as a suitor in the original saga. Last but not least, Mr. Granville, the libertine artist and friend of Benedict in the books, does not exist. The web world was shocked by the scene in episode 5 involving Daphne and Simon, more precisely, an intimate moment in their bedroom. In the novel The Duke and I, Daphne does not plan to assault her husband and force him to do something he does not want to do, but the idea already occurs to her during the moment of passion. In the book, moreover, Simon is completely drunk, while in the TV series he is fully aware of what is happening. On screen, Eloise is among the most interesting and progressive characters in early 19th century London. Apart from repeating that she does not wish for the same future as her sister Daphne, she is obsessed with discovering the identity of Lady Whistledown, a task made even more important by the mission assigned to her by Her Majesty the Queen. Instead, Eloise is more or less absent from the very first novels. However, she is 16 years old and she is practically still a schoolgirl. She does not have this investigative character, nor she is given the task of identifying Lady Whistledown by the Queen. For what concerns Lady Whistledown in the books, her scandalous magazines are nothing more than a well-conceived tool to advance the plot, and no one is obsessed with them. The identity of the writer is not revealed until Book 4. One of the most important changes that were made to the story of The Viscount Who Loved Me was certainly to introduce a real love triangle in the TV show, the one formed by sisters Kate and Edwina Sharma and Viscount Anthony. Even in the book, Lord Bridgerton initially takes an interest in Edwina, but in the novel, the girl only takes him into consideration as a catch and never falls in love with him, as happens in the series. Indeed, in Bridgerton 2, we see the youngest of the Sharma sisters develop feelings of affection and passion for the Viscount, which then lead her to a bitter disappointment when she discovers the truth. In the TV show, the authors decided to change the history of this family a little. Whereas in their novels they come from the English countryside, in the series they come from India, which is why their surname has been changed from Sheffield to Sharma. Also, the past of Lady Mary Sharma has been changed and made more turbulent than in the novel. In the book, the Sheffields are simply not very wealthy. In the series, on the other hand, there is bad blood between Lady Mary Sharma and her parents because of her elopement in India with Mr. Sharma, who was already father of a daughter, Kate. Probably this is one of the most touching scenes of the second season. However, in the novels, Anthony does not witness the death of his father as happens dramatically in the series. In the book, Anthony and Benedict learn the news of their father's death on their return from a day spent on their estates. Here, instead, the authors decided to make the scene much more tragic for Anthony, who, from that moment on, feels all the responsibilities of the family but also the remorse of not having been able to save his father. In this way, Anthony's thoughts about marriage and his behavior regarding family matters are better justified. The scene in which Kate is stung by a bee and Anthony panics is certainly a Bridgerton fan favorite and is also present in the novel, only things go differently. In the book, Anthony tries to suck out the bee's venom with his mouth. Just then, Lady Featherington and other ladies arrive, who witness the scene and think it is a fleeting moment of passion between the two lovers. The noble women immediately cry scandal and force the two into a shotgun wedding. In the TV show, instead, the scene takes place in private and creates a moment of tension and passion between them. The two are not discovered and therefore Anthony can continue with his plan to marry Edwina. This decision was made by the series creator so as not to replicate the storyline of Daphne and the Duke. In the novel, the consequences of this incident lead Anthony to marry Kate in order to safeguard his reputation. In the TV series, this does not happen, and instead, Anthony goes ahead with his plan to marry Edwina. Literally, at the altar, she realizes that the Viscount has feelings for her sister. She runs away and blows up the celebration. In the novel, Anthony and Kate get married when more than half of the pages are still missing. In the series, on the other hand, the marriage is only decided upon as the growing of their relationship.